open mic. Ready? Ho!
It's KOPN Columbia, 89.5 FM, 4 o'clock Saturday afternoon. All right, you know what it means. It's time for Open Mic Radio. We're going to get it rolling with one of our featured guests today. We got a whole bunch of them. This is Wall-E. Back in a few.
Yeah. In like a bolt of lightning.
That's the way I like to start this radio program. Yeah. Welcome to it. All right, it's Open Mic Radio, and what's the date? Saturday, April 15th. We've got a super cool show on deck for you all. So stick around. All right, I'm glad you're with us. It is,
the odds of it.
Haven't seen you in a couple of weeks, Kurt. It's been 2 weeks, right? But we do this. But we do this most Saturdays.
Been too long, Mike.
Afternoons, 4 to 6 p.m. live.
Have you
music.
missed me as much as I've missed me?
I don't know. But we do it 4 to 6 p.m. Saturdays, live music interviews with some of Missouri's finest musicians and bands. And
then me.
My name is Mike Hagan, and I'm joined as usual by Kind Kurt, providing the theme music and a little camaraderie here. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing all right. I just want to say a shout out to Osage City.
All right.
Everybody in between.
Okay. Yes, we do. We feature awesome local and regional music and the artists who create it. Looks like the weather folks are, they were wrong earlier today, but they're right now. Looks like it's going to get kind of sketchy out there. So be careful if you're out there running around. Better to just kind of cuddle up and listen to the radio and some great
It's
music.
always better to cuddle.
Yeah. Unless you're around.
Well, now, come on now.
All right. Anyway, hope you're enjoying the weekend one way or another, all right? Maybe a little brisk tomorrow. We got plans for tomorrow, though, too. We'll have to talk about that, Adam, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, hope you're all doing well out there. Give us a call here down at the station in the studio, 573-443-8255, 573-443-7380 if you want to get in here and talk to me and the gang. I'd also like to give out the the station number, 573-874-5676. That's KOPN, actually, 874-KOPN. But anyway, 573-874-5676, 573-874-KOPN. We're in the middle of a pledge drive.
Where we really do actually have, like, operators standing by.
For the first time. We always joke about having operators standing by. Today we actually do.
It's not just Clark.
Right.
Clark, you're not going to get him today.
No, we have operators standing by and sitting by, as a matter of fact. So, anyway, it's going to be a busy afternoon, all right? It's an Earth Day lineup preview. We got a bunch of artists who will be performing next weekend at the Earth Day Festival. We'll chat with a bunch of them. We're going to play some music from a bunch of these artists as well. It's also a pledge drive weekend, so we're going to raise some money for this here radio station, okay?
Then we got a little Earth Day, preview to Earth Day.
I'm just going to play a bunch of music, from the artists that are going to be. Well, no, the actual Earth Day is next Saturday. Is that?
But I thought we also have an event tomorrow.
Well, tomorrow's the Cannabis Cup. Down at Grassroots. Is it 10th Street, right down there by Clicks? 10th and
Ash.
10th and Ash. Yeah, right across there from the right across from Cafe Berlin and the fire station's right there in case they light the place. On fire. I
thought that was the plan.
Handy to have the firemen right there across. In fact, the firemen will be over there at the Cannabis Cup. Most of them.
Just because there's smoke doesn't mean there's fire.
The ones I know, at least. So anyway, I digress. The Cannabis Cup tomorrow at Grassroots. That goes from noon to 7. There's going to be a bunch of great music there, and also some very good cannabis products. I'm guessing we can say that legally now. I love it. Right? Oh, yes. Okay. So anyway. I'm expecting at least some members of the band Estrella this afternoon. Ruby Lane is already being represented here.
Yeah.
Luna Hawk. I don't know if Luna's going to make it down or not, but I've got a song of hers I'm going to play. Love Seats will be here. Zach and the Love Seats will be playing tomorrow as well at the Cannabis Festival, along with Ruby Lane. But we'll talk about that a little bit later.
And all the proceeds go to the Rainbow House.
Yes, that's right. That event tomorrow is a benefit for Rainbow House, which is one of my favorite, if not my favorite, charities here in the Columbia area. I volunteer my own time there at Rainbow House. So, just an outstanding event tomorrow, and I think everything going to a really good cause. So we'll talk about that a little bit later in the program, but that's part of the thing today. Okay. Also, Bad Names, another band that I'm only recently familiar with, but they're going to be. We'll talk with one of the members of that band here in just a few minutes and play some songs from their most recent release as well. So we've got a lot going this afternoon. I'm thinking Memphis Chris will still be here to visit us at some point. I'm expecting a visit from Matt Homan. He's the guy that, and you know that?
There he is,
right there. I love it. Yeah. Hi, Chris. How are you, my friend?
Good, once again.
If you want a set of headphones, right over there. Okay. All right. Anyway, Matt Homan. I'm going to get Matt here sometime because he's about ready to open a new venue that's over there by you know where B-Side Records is?
I think so, yeah.
Right, it's on College. It's right there by that sort of stock with our
it's
stockyard.
It's a letter down from A, right?
Yeah, exactly. But by the stockyard area, or they're calling it the arcade district, right? Anyway, B-Side Records is there, and they're actually they've built a really cool stage inside. I'm not talking about the arcade stage outside. This is inside the actual store, I guess. It's a pretty big space there, but anyway,
a nice space. They do have a nice.
I mean, it's gonna. I mean, when they get that thing set up right, they need a sound system and etc. But
you'll get to that tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll take care of that. Don't worry. But anyway, it's going to be a real cool new space, and I want to talk to Matt about that. So, so that's sort of what's going on today. All right. Okay, awesome to have you with us. Okay, it is a pledge drive weekend, so this radio station survives and thrives because mostly you people out there who like to listen to it donate a little bit of your hard-earned money every once in a while, and we don't ask you very often.
Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you very much. KOPN been very, very good to me. Zach, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Zach Skinner is here to say hello. He's with the Love Seats. Hey, Kurt, why don't you come on over here and we'll share this mic and we'll have Zach sit down too.
Speaking of Zach, I want to say hi to my friend Zach who's listening. And also, so we got two Zachs now.
Okay, we got a Zach listening and we got a Zach here sitting with us in the studio.
I love you, Zach.
Hi, Zach. Hi, both of you. Okay, so anyway, Pledge Drive weekend. KOPN, it costs a lot of money to run a radio station. 40,000 watts blasting out all across
That's
this.
a lot of watts.
It's a lot of watts, man, and it's going 24/7. Imagine, let's see, how can I do this? 400 100-volt light bulbs on at the same time all the time. That's what you got to pay for. That's just for the transmitter.
That's a lot of juice.
Yeah,
man, that's some bright. You could grow some shrubbery. Speaking of that, right? So
some really cool plants.
So anyway, we've got a lot of expenses here. The electricity is one of the many. We're also in a new facility here, and thanks to a whole bunch of great work by a bunch of really cool, awesome, dedicated people here at KOPN that have brought us to 401 Bernadette Drive, the new and wonderful location of KOPN. It's such an upgrade, equipment-wise, and just accessibility. You know, we've got plenty of parking now. Nobody has to go up those steep staircases anymore, and especially for if you're inviting bands into play, that was always a huge hassle. The drummer always has the real tough time. But anyway, even lugging a big amp. I digress, but somebody brought an amp in here the other day. What band was it? A couple of weeks ago, a Fox Teeth, little bitty amp. I couldn't believe the sound that came out of this small amplifier. Zach, you probably have something to say about this event. We'll talk equipment at some point during the show. But anyway, you used to have to carry a big old Marshall head and a big old, speaker cabinet. Yeah. Now it's amazing what technology has and is doing. So anyway, bunch of cool stuff this afternoon, but Pledge Drive is number one, along with the Earth Day show that's coming up next weekend. Bunch of great performances next Saturday and Sunday, and we're here to kind of promote both things this afternoon. Okay, so if you'd like to donate to the radio station to keep us on the air and keep things rolling the way we want them to roll, 573-874-5676, 573-874-KOPN. All right, please don't be shy. And you're out there buying lattes and beers and good cannabis and everything else. But this radio station, in my personal opinion, is an extremely valuable media thing here in central Missouri, and there are very few places like it. For those who are old like me and you've been around a little bit, it's tough to find good radio, authentic radio anywhere in the country right now. There used to be many public community radio stations like this one, and you guys, your mics are all on, so please feel free to jump in at any time. And I'll say I've got Zach Skinner from Love Seats here with us this afternoon. I mentioned we're going to have a bunch of guests. Ben Hinkebrine.
We're good.
Speak up, boys. Come on.
Ben,
glad to be here, Mike.
Great to see you, Ben.
I'll just talk if you don't stop.
Ben's been involved in lots of projects over the years, but we're going to talk a little bit about bad names this afternoon.
That's right.
And Adam Wilson, and Adam is the lead vocalist for Ruby Lane, and he plays guitar as well, and he's got a couple side projects that are pretty interesting as well. In fact, we started the show with with a song from one of Adam's most recent projects called Wall-E.
Yeah, the new up-and-coming garbage punk band.
Well, I love it. That was fantastic. Yeah, in fact, for those curious, right?
Yeah.
Puff Puff Pass Away. That's what we started.
It's
the
really
show
clever,
with.
really clever.
It is
name,
clever.
You know?
I love it.
You got to be smart to come up with
so
stuff like that.
Anyway,
Well, happy 420 to you too.
so like I'm saying, the radio station depends a lot on the listeners out there to support us, and if you got it in your heart and in your wallet, now's the time to do it. Okay.
Yeah, don't go to college. Give all your money to KOPN.
Well, just give a little chunk of it. And actually, college is becoming sort of useless. I mean,
Yeah.
just go chat GTP. I think
Or just YouTube everything.
You can learn everything you need pretty much. I think. I mean, can you even imagine what's going to happen in the next few years? I mean, just in the last few months, what's happened? This
Yeah.
thing just came out of. Not really left field. I mean, the technologists and stuff have been saying for years, hey, heads up, this is coming. Now all of a sudden it's here for the most part, and it's advancing so quickly.
It's just how fast it is that drives me insane. It's
Remarkable.
every 6 months it's something new.
I mean, now we're talking 6 days with advancements in this stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, really outrageous. There were two. This is not the topic of this program, but
What about Wally?
Right? But there were 2,000 AI-related application type things that were released in March of this year. Everyone talks about ChatGPT, which is a big deal, but there were thousands of other ones that are related, different, and doing all kinds of things. I mean, it's going to get wild, you guys.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to get wild. Huh?
I consider you number 2001.
Yeah. I'm artificially intelligent, that's for sure. All right, so let's talk a little bit about Wally in one saying. But hey, you guys really send us some money, okay?
No, but really though,
Pay the man.
please.
573-874-5676. You can also donate securely online. And if you're here, like you should be a member of the station if you're not.
Right.
And you need to do something during the show too, I think.
I am going to do that.
Okay, I'm just saying, right? Because I'm gonna renew my membership today. And hey, oh, by the way, if we get $200 in the next 2 hours,
I'll take my clothes off.
well,
Nobody
Don't
can see it
threaten
though.
me with
Nobody
a
can
good
see it though.
time.
It's the radio, you know.
Adam will do that without $200.
Yeah, that's
all right?
fair. It does not cost that.
You got half a pack of cigarettes?
Yeah, I mean, I got cigarettes. I'm good.
Station like that.
But for real, if we get $200 in the next 2 hours, I get to throw a pie in the face of the GM here at the
I love
station.
that.
Sweet.
And
How about it?
and I actually really like him, but I'm still going to do it. You know,
You get 200 on top of that.
I would
so you can
prefer
throw a pie
to-
in your face.
Yeah. Can we just eat pie?
Okay, all right,
shake your
okay.
head?
So
Would that be outlawed?
Kurt's making offers on my behalf, but.
Like I love to do.
Okay, so if we get $200, I get to throw a pie at Jet. If we raise $400, I will reverse that and give that pie to myself.
Well, now.
All right, the stakes have risen.
That way, Jet doesn't have to take it because I like Jet.
The stakes have never been
and,
higher.
and I've never been hit in the
say
face
steak?
with a pie. Just don't.
Pies are better than that.
So yeah. Anyway, 573-443. No.
Take two.
874-5676, all right, if you want to donate. You can also do that securely online at kopn.org, but I'd really rather you come down here to the station personally at 401 Bernadette or call, because I want to get credit for the $400 like in real time. I don't want to wait for them to have to tally up the web collections or whatever, all right? So let's get this done like the
Anybody who
old-fashioned
donates,
way.
I'll give you a hug. All of you guys.
All right,
if
Adam,
you
free
donate.
hugs from
Yeah.
Adam.
Free hugs from
Well, they're
Adam.
not really free, but
Well,
I mean,
I don't get the money. You know?
There's also a bunch of really cool gifts that are available if you donate, and I won't go too deeply in it because this is supposed to be a music show, but a bunch of great stuff. Tickets for things and House of Chow gift certificates, lots of Pizza Tree stuff, and Ragtag and Clovers, and oh my gosh, Arrow Rock Lyceum Theater, lots of really cool stuff. So call. There are people waiting, sitting, standing by for your calls, and really need to get it moving here. All right,
The lines are open.
I want to hear the ding-a-ling.
Yeah,
all right.
lines are open.
Zach, call in so we can stop texting and we can just talk about Wally on the phone.
Yeah, I mean you can do that too.
He's the drummer for Wally.
Tell him to call at 443-8255, and we'll get him on the line for everyone else to hear too. Okay.
You should
All right.
play
So.
a tune to give me time to go donate.
All right. Well, I'm going to play one from Adam's new record here in a second.
Absolutely.
So let's talk about it. Adam is, once again, he sings. Most people would know him from Ruby Lane, but he has a couple side projects. Puff Puff Pass Away is one from Wally that has been released relatively recently.
Yeah, I think like a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago now.
Okay.
Pretty recent.
And then you have another project, though, that is just under Adam Wilson.
Yeah.
Your name, and I think it's called Pepper Stevenson's
Hopeless Love Song.
Pepper Stevenson's Hopeless Love Songs. Mm-hmm. Well, I've been messing around just playing a couple through there, and it's really good. So I was going to play Shooting Star, and I'm going to, but
okay, fine.
But we'll play another one after. I want to talk about the song afterwards, and then I'll let you pick one more from that, cool. And then we'll play that too. Okay. Awesome. All right. This is Adam Wilson from a new project.
You're listening to KOPN.
Keep going there, and we'll do it. We'll do.
I'm doing that later. Every single song.
You are listening to KOPN Columbia 89.5 FM. It's open mic radio, and it's a pledge drive weekend. Call us 573-874-5676. That's 874 KOPN, and help us out. All right. Once again, this is Adam Wilson, the Shooting Star. Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah.
Right on, Adam. All right. Okay, so again, brand new stuff from Adam Wilson. Let's talk a little bit about who's involved in this project.
So that one's just all me.
All you.
All the instruments, all the recording, all the production is just me.
Who are you, Prince?
Yeah, pretty much.
Honestly, but are you? Did you record that in the basement, like where you did the Ruby Lane stuff?
Yeah. Well, we did Ruby Lane with one of our sound engineer friends, Kenny Ariza.
Yeah, I remember.
And that was a while ago, but I recently just was like, I really want to make music on my own. Got a laptop and just kind of like have been learning for the past year. And
but
like
instrumentally though, are you actually are all those track like so you're doing the drums, you're doing the bass, you're doing the guitar,
doing everything, yeah.
So none of that is electronically being produced like the drum track. Or
no,
whatever.
Yeah, it's all. I mean, some like I've got a bunch of stuff out under Adam.
Not
Wilson.
that matters. I'm just curious. Yeah.
Some of it's a little more electronic, but that album is almost completely like all acoustic instruments and stuff.
All right. So give me the list of instruments that are involved because this is a full record. There's 10 or 12 songs or 10 songs on it. So
there's keys, guitars, bass, drums, vocals, all just like lots of double tracking and overdubbing and stuff. Because I mean, if you're only doing it by yourself, you can't play every instrument at once.
No, but it's great. But it's also a great project in sort of sound engineering.
Yeah, it definitely is. Just like learning how to do that with your own music, because you know what you want better than any sound engineer is ever going to know what you want. So you learn how to do it, you know?
Yeah. No, congratulations. I think it's fantastic.
Thank you.
The Wally project, quickly though, I think there are some other guys involved with Wally.
Yeah, that's right now it's me and Zachary Gaines, and we kind of like whoever is available that week
shout out
to
to
play
Zach,
bass.
by the way.
Oh yeah, shout out to Zach. I love you, Zach. You're so cool and awesome. Anyways, yeah, that's Zach's kind of the same way. He does a lot of like he's got a solo project that he records and writes and plays all the instruments for, and we kind of just like merged for a band, and it's pretty sick.
Yeah, really cool.
I would agree that it is pretty sick.
Thank you.
Well, all right, so
I'm back.
Kurt's back.
Hey.
Feeling good?
Yeah, I just donated.
Nice.
All right.
Should I take my shirt off?
Adam's gonna be naked by the end of this show. So
Hopefully.
We're doing strip donations.
yeah, it's strip donation day here at KOPN. The more you give, the less we wear. All right. They're like, no, but thank God it's radio.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
What do you mean?
Body for radio.
Yeah, we should. Yeah.
Actually, there's some good-looking men in here.
Yeah.
And
They should put that on my tombstone.
Good-looking people in here. Let's put it
there
that
we
way.
go.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, once again, 573-874-5676 if you want us to get naked, and you can donate your money and help out KOPN and keep us. You know, it's our 50-year anniversary here at KOPN. Matilda's in the house, by the way, from Estrella, and I think that's Emmett as well. And hopefully Kenzie will stop by and see us as well. But Estrella's here, at least a couple of them being represented, and I got a couple songs we'll play from them in a little bit here. They're playing next weekend at the Earth Day Festival too. We'll have to talk a little bit with you in just a minute here, okay, Till? All right. So anyway, back to Adam though. Are you planning on performing any of this material live?
100%. Yeah.
So will you put a band together for it? Or?
Yeah, I think I'm probably gonna have to eventually, but I don't know. I think I might have a show, like a radio segment with KCOU, the Mizzou radio station.
Right on. Yeah.
And
I love KCOU.
Yeah.
Can I say that? Here on KOPN. No, but I do. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
And I hear a lot of really cool music too that I wouldn't hear
Yeah.
elsewhere there too.
And
for an old man like me, you got to stay hip, and that's
yeah. I mean, like I'm friends with like quite a few people in KCOU, even though I don't go to Mizzou.
Yeah.
And so I still like get to see what's going on at KCOU all the time. It's nice.
Right on.
But I think I have a show. They were doing some segment in June or May or something with just a bunch of different artists. And if I can't find a band, then I'll probably just do like acoustic. But I'm up for whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
Play drums.
Nice.
All right. Zach's chiming in. Well, you got a drummer now.
Well, I mean, we have the other Zach drummer. We could have two drums like the Grateful Dead. That'd be crazy.
Yeah, or like
two Zachs,
Molly Hatchet, or one of them old school Southern bands. So, hey, look who's here. Luke's in the house. All right, look, we're going to say hi to some other people, so let's play another song here. Adam, I'm going to play one more from you.
Cool.
Is there? You want to play? Is there more Wally stuff?
There is.
Or would you like me to play another one from Pepper Stevenson's?
Let's do it from that. Zach, I'm really sorry. We listened to Wally last time I was on. on KOPN. So
yeah.
You
Let's
can wait.
let's do another one from your record. What would you like to play?
Let me look. I'll choose as quickly as possible.
Yeah, I mean,
he just texted me and said no.
See, Zach, you don't have enough power. You got to get. You actually got to get down here into the radio station.
Yeah.
Then you can push it a little harder.
Yeah. It's amazing what you can do when you're on air.
Let's do
Space Bar.
Yeah, that's a good one.
It's a nice long one too. That'll give us that'll give us a minute to kind of chill out here. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Sick.
All right, Adam Wilson from a new project called Pepper Stevenson's Hopeless Love Songs. Appreciate it. We'll be back in a few minutes. It's Open Mic Radio, KOPN Columbia,
God, that name is
89.5 FM.
Thanks for tuning in.
Call and donate your money, please.
Give me
874-5676. 874-5676. Do it.
Give me your money.
Come on.
Give me all your money now.
Do it. Do it.
God damn it. Motherfucker didn't pick up the phone.
Something fun, just
All right, cool stuff there from Adam Wilson. That one's called Spacebar, and it's from his new release called Pepper Stevenson's Hopeless Love Songs. All right, you listen to Open Mic Radio on KOPN Columbia, 89.5 FM, and we are streaming on the web at kopn.org. There's a bunch of munchies here at the station because it's a pledge drive weekend. And whenever it's a pledge drive, they leave a bunch of food and stuff in the kitchen, so I'm eating some of it. That's why I was kind of smacking my gums like that. So not very good for radio etiquette, but you know how it goes. So
you should call in and pledge.
573-874-5676, please.
We're like halfway to our first pie.
Wouldn't it be nice?
We're a little over halfway, I think, to our first pie.
Okay, all right. So we're $100. That means at least. So we need to get to 400. Yeah, is what we're looking for. We got a ways to go. All right, come on down to the station, 401 Bernadette Drive. Real cool here at the new KOPN digs.
It's groovy, baby.
Yeah, man. Ben, were you ever at the old station down on Broadway?
I went up there a couple of times, but I never actually played music up there.
Okay.
You need like climbing equipment. You had to go like.
I'm telling you,
man. I'm a vocalist, so
Alpine Outfitters.
The load in is easy for me.
The load in, right? Easy load in. Just bring your Shure microphone.
Bandmates hate this one simple trick.
Hey, so
you thought ahead of time.
Quickly, let me say that this program is brought to you by listener support and the Aero Rock Lyceum Theater, bringing Tony Danza. Stories and Songs to Mid-Missouri on Saturday, April 15th. Danza will perform standards from the Great American Songbook while interweaving stories from his life, accompanied by a 4-piece band. More information and tickets available at lyceumtheater.org or by calling 660-837-3311. 660-837-3311. I'm sorry, I was a little surprised. I had not read this underwriting thing, and I wasn't expecting Tony Danza.
He was on Who's the Boss, right?
He was.
Yeah, he was.
And performing now at the Lyceum Theater on April 15th.
Well, my donation...
That's today.
Well, let's get up there right now.
I mean, man, just hit the road, go to Aero Rock.
Yeah, after this show.
You
can listen on the road, I guess.
He's probably listening right now. He should call it a donate.
Now, if Tony Danza calls in, I'll take 2 pies.
All right.
Okay. Yeah.
Hold me closer, Tony Danza.
Now, and we also might get who was the other guitarist for Smashing Pumpkins? James
Eha.
If James Eha calls,
James Eha.
then we're going. Then it's
unlimited pies.
Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen at that point.
It's pie.
We know James Eha is a listener to the program. So yeah,
we do.
Yeah, okay. So
he tunes in every week.
So the Lyceum Theater, do that, okay? All right, and donate us some money. 874-5676 is really serious, you guys, because otherwise they're going to throw me out of here, and they will not let me do this program on Saturday afternoon. This is like prime time.
Right.
Primetime radio.
This is the real estate you want.
So the people that they're expecting me to have like some sort of listenership that would support the show.
Right.
Don't make me look like a
This is
like
your
slug,
Saturday
right?
morning cartoon show.
This is like
Saturday morning
this is like sitting around the radio with all of your kids wearing dress clothes for some reason in the house.
Yeah.
Unless you're Adam.
It's a formal event. Yeah,
it is. I mean, it was the president's fireside chat.
I'm actually fully naked right now as we speak.
Honestly, I feel like nudity is the best policy.
Yeah.
And the phones are lighting up.
Yeah, if we tell everybody there's thousands of dollars of donations, then they'll be more inclined.
That's
to
right. You just have to tell people we've already raised.
Yeah, we're good,
$1,000.
really, but you could still send all your money in.
Actually, over the years, this station has raised an amazing amount of money to keep this place on the air for 50 years. I've mentioned it's our 50-year anniversary, and it costed, I'd say between $300,000 and $400,000 a year to run this place. Jeez. At least that's what it used to be at Broadway. And I was on the board of directors for a couple of years, and I remember looking at the budget and being like, "Dang, we need to. It's a lot of money."
That's what you spend in gas money every month.
Yeah, roughly. on my private Learjet.
Yeah.
Anyhow. It does cost money to keep this thing going, and we require help from you all out there. So please, if you got it in your heart and in your wallet, please donate a little bit to Open
Would you
Mic
like
Radio.
me to do my Would you like me to do my
KOPN.
best Dickensian orphan for you?
Yes, please.
Please, sir, donate to KOPN.
I wish you could see him shaking right now. It's
Just trembling like it's the rickets, sir.
It's so cold.
It's the rickets. They've got me.
All right, you see now, Now look what you've done. All right.
The phones are
There's a
lighting
small
up.
child that lives in the studio that needs your donation.
874-5676. Help us out, okay? All right, so Ben Hinkebine,
Yes.
you have a band called Bad Names. First of all, for people who aren't familiar, a little bit about your background, please.
Sure, yeah. So, I mean, I'm kind of a local guy. Come from music stock. My dad is a musician. He was in Rank Sinatra's with Forrest Rose.
Yes, thank you. Yes, and nod to Forrest, and I'm thinking about, Bob Dyer too. I'm thinking about, but at any rate, yes. Okay, so your dad hung out with those guys,
Right, and legendary group of local musicians there, and so I got to hang out a lot with a lot of those guys when I was a kid, and I played the mandolin. Growing up, we went to a lot of bluegrass festivals. Learned how to play the guitar because girls weren't impressed by the mandolin in high school, and so then been in a lot of bands around Columbia. Been playing. I mean, I think I first met you at the Blue Fugue when we were doing those open
mic
then.
nights back in 06, 07, 08. Yeah,
Yep.
Those were the days, man.
Those were the days.
It's amazing what a sort of fertile ground that was for a whole bunch of different projects that eventually evolved, and some are still around in this area. Some have gone on to remarkable things. Hoot and Hollers are touring right now with Blues Traveler.
What the Hoot and Hollers have done is unbelievable, and they're such an incredible band. I mean, when I see them going over to like Europe and playing for crowds that are just going crazy, and I'm like, yes, 40 ounces to Memphis, 40 ounces to Memphis,
Right?
Yeah. I remember they always used to play Bart Bean's song. What was it? Methamphetamine Romance.
Romance.
Yeah.
What a great song.
That's a great song.
We may have to play that if we have time today.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's an outrageously good song.
Yeah.
And the original is great. Bart's he's a great songwriter and a really interesting. That's a good choice of words, right? Interestingly cool performer. He's very, very unique.
He's a method actor.
He is. He's actually he's very theatrical.
He's an
sure.
artist.
Yeah. Yeah. So all right. Anyway, yeah. So back in the day, since then, you've done.
I've done quite a few different projects. I was in a group called Soul Glow that was,
Right.
Got to let your soul glow. You got to let it glow. But what I'm saying is that we played a lot of soul covers. It was a lot of fun. And shout out to those guys, Todd Menifee, Justin Craig. Some of those guys I've been playing with for a long time. And then, little stuff here and there with other guys. We had a group called The Inventions very briefly that was, it was going to be Benjamin Franklin and The Inventions. But that name just didn't pan out. And so I met with a new group, I met with a group of dudes that were like, hey, we've got this idea for a project. It's going to be a little different than what you play typically.
Now we're talking. I like to hear that phone ring. Thank you. Sorry, Ben. Go.
Oh, yeah. So this new project is a little bit outside of what I would typically have been doing. Like Van Morrison, classic rock, soul, that kind of stuff has sort of been my wheelhouse for the last 10 years or so. And this project is a little different. It's kind of an homage to 90s music. There's a little bit of grunge going on. The writing is insane, and we started in 2019, but because we were just kind of getting rolling when COVID started, we didn't really get any gigs or play out for like 3 years.
It's a common story. I get so many people that come through and they're like, we were doing this, doing that, and all of a sudden we were just getting ready, and then COVID.
Well, but we
and then
kept
it's like,
rehearsing.
Okay, what'd you do? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so we kept rehearsing, and it really helped us kind of dial in our writing process, which was nice because when you get to a point where you're sort of like anticipating what your group is going to be doing when, it comes in handy. And it's really allowed us to kind of dial in, and we've written a bunch of songs. We've released 2 singles that we recorded at Pete Skolka's studio. Shout out Pete.
Shout out to Pete. Yeah.
And he
Pete
mixed
and one of his more recent projects. They'll be here visiting us in a couple of weeks. They're called Backwater, and him and Schneller and Rob Lampke, and I think there are a couple of other guys in that. So
I mean, an absolute legend.
Dude, he can play guitar. I mean, he's
he
a great keyboardist as well.
Keys.
But
the first time I saw him play was with Chump Change. And
oh my gosh.
He was doing
for
all
years.
of the horns with a synthesizer.
Right.
When I started singing with him,
Pete's a stud.
When I started singing with him in Primitive Soul, I asked him about that. Yeah, man.
That's crazy. One of my dad's buddies in that band.
Oh, nice. Yeah, it's
actually a few of them.
Yeah,
it's a good group. Shout out Primitive Soul. Those guys, yeah.
Shout out
Jim
Primitive
Quisenberry.
Soul.
I love it.
Doug Whitworth. But yeah,
Dougie's
so
fresh.
this new project, Bad Names, we've been recording. We've got a setup at our studio where we are able to actually record to the board, and it's nice. Where it allows us to kind of listen back on what we've been doing, and the writing is good. I'm loving it.
Who else is involved in the project?
So we've got Kyle Dworsky on electric guitar, and he's becoming kind of a wizard with his pedal board. Mm-hmm. He's kind of channeling Morello. He's kind of channeling Frashani. And it's interesting to behold in person because some of the things that he's doing are unbelievable.
Really?
Yeah. I mean,
Cool.
he sends you to space.
Love it.
And I'm playing keys. I've got my SV1. I've got I've got main stage going with a little MIDI controller, and so I'm able to throw in some vibraphone, throw in some horns or some strings. We've got John Marino from Mary and the Giant. Shout out Mary and the Giant.
Yeah, I know John. Yeah.
They've just released a new album as well. You should go listen to that if you haven't followed Mary and the Giant.
It was Justin was a gentleman named Justin something or other was originally with Mary and the Giant. Was a gosh, I forget his last name, but he was a friend of mine. I haven't heard from him in a long time. But at any rate, yeah, and a young lady too. I forget her name too. Anyway, okay. Shout out to Mary and the Giant and all the people that I forgot.
Yeah, Zach Fittis and them.
All right.
But yeah, so John Marino's holding it down on the low end for us. We've got Aaron Cowsert playing the drums, and Aaron is one of the guys that I hadn't known for as long because I've known Kyle and John for quite a long time. But Aaron is an incredible drummer. He always has Nag Champa with him, and so
as in the incense.
As in the incense, yeah. Yes, it's part of his ritual, and it's an amazing ritual. I've got to say. I mean, it's it's something.
I like ritual in general. I think there's not enough ritual in general. I think we've lost sort of our ceremonial background, and it's sort of helpful. So.
It definitely is. It helps you get into the right mindset. But he's got an incredible method of drumming. That he came up from the jazz, and it's just he's got some of those. He's like Ginger on the toms. Sometimes he's just explosive. He calls himself a disco Levon Helm.
Huh. Wow, I like Levon Helm a lot.
So if you dig the band, but you like it to have like a faster 4 on the floor, like he's your man.
Huh.
And he's got a little drum pad that he's got put any kind of sound on it. It's just unbelievable.
Okay, so you got new music, so we're gonna play some of that, all right?
Yeah. So this could you play if I may ask and be so bold?
Yeah.
Would you mind playing the Not Young first?
I will play Not Young.
Thank you very much.
In honor of myself. Actually, I'm still young at heart.
It's just an existential crisis song.
Right. You can't have enough of those.
Real.
All right. It's Open Mic Radio, KOPN Columbia, and please don't forget it's a pledge drive weekend.
Give me your money.
We've had a few phone calls, so keep them coming. All right, we're raising money here. We're looking for pie throwing, and and naked people running around, and
especially
we try to do this
James
every weekend. By the
holiday.
way, by the way, yeah, looking for a call from James if you're out there, and of course Tony Danza. We're expecting maybe a visit from him because he's only just down the road there at Black Rock. So.
We'll get a pumpkin pie if James E. Hall
Oh my
calls.
gosh. Boom. I love it. The comedy just keeps on coming here, all right? KOPN Columbia, 874-5676. Please donate. Help us, all right? And we're going to play one new one from Bad Names. This one's called Not Young.
Bad.
Is this a place for compromise? I can see it dawning in your eyes. No, you wanted to be more than friends, but it's all gonna crash down in the end. Why don't for so long. I wanna look you in your eyes, but the dinner plates have no food on them anymore. And it's the hardest thing when I wake up on your floor. What will I become when I'm not young? When I'm not old, will I become when I'm not young? When I'm not young, I'm not young. No, I'm not old. You've seen his face before, dives into the walls, and then you creep down endless circles in your mess that you made long ago. You weep when you smell socks and laundry, and you ask the world was it wanted to be. I can only last for so long. It's only getting stronger. I'm not young, no, I'm not young, no, I'm not old. Have I become? Now I'm not young, now I'm not old. I'm not young, no, I'm not
Oh yeah, I love it, Ben.
Thank you very much.
Fantastic. All right, new stuff from Bad Names. How new is that?
So we recorded that probably about a year and a half ago, and then we waited to master it for a little bit, and we've just kind of come out hot in 2023 with we've had 2 singles released in Q1, and we've got an album release planned for Q3.
All right.
And so stay tuned for that.
You gonna be doing some shows around town and
Yeah,
in and
yeah.
out?
So we're playing Earth Day. Obviously, we're here to promote Earth Day show on the 23rd, Sunday the 23rd.
So that's a week from tomorrow. Yep. Okay.
Yes. And so we're playing that, and I believe that our set's gonna be what, 3:00 ish.
And the location?
The location is Peace Park, if I'm not mistaken.
Planet Earth, baby.
Planet Earth, save the mother. But then we're also getting to open for
Hi, Kanzi.
Hi.
Mo Lauda and the Humble is coming to Rose Music Hall on the 26th, which is a Wednesday. And we're getting to open up for that touring band, which is going to be a lot of fun.
Fantastic. Right, that's a great gig.
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, let's. We got a full house here, so I'm going to play one more from Bad Names, and then we're going to move on down to Zach Skinner. We're going to talk about Love Seats and a little bit about this Cannabis Cup that's happening tomorrow.
That sounds amazing.
down at Grassroots. Okay. All right, it's Open Mic Radio, KOPN Columbia, and once again, the phone number 874-5676. You can also donate online securely at kopn.org. But I prefer if you came down here and said hi to us at the station, 401 Bernadette Drive. There are people here hanging out and having a good time and waiting to take your money.
Show
Yeah, because
so that we can
stay on the air.
get to our pie quota.
Yeah,
We have a pie quota.
we got a pie quota. We have a $400 pie quota. $200 I get to throw a pie in the face of the general manager here. $400 I will switch it around and give someone else a chance to throw the pie at me.
Halfway there. We've almost reached the halfway point.
Okay, so
We're halfway through the show.
yeah, we are, and we're doing good. We're doing good, and I appreciate it for all of you out there that have donated. Thank you. We appreciate it. Honestly, that's how this station has stuck around here in Columbia for 50 years now. And I can tell you, in 1973, when this station came on the air, I was just a little boy, but I was alive.
You had a later time slot back then.
yeah, I was doing the 2 to 5 a.m. Anyway, there used to be hundreds of community radio stations around the country, and there's just a handful left. and KOPN was a long shot. A lot of people said this is never going to work in a little bitty market like Columbia, Missouri, and you guys are going to fail. And I mean it. I mean,
Let's prove them wrong.
I mean, we've proved them wrong for 50 years, and the reason that we've been able to do it is because people out there appreciate the kind of radio that we do here, and you can't do this kind of radio on any of the other stations around town. You can do it on KCOU, but that's a very, very small, and it's a student radio station. But
Sure.
I have to say that I'm proud to be broadcasting here at KOPN because there's some of the best radio people in town that broadcast right here from KOPN. In particular, it just comes to mind right now is Kevin Walsh, who does a show 4 to 6, same time slot as me, but on Fridays. And he's like a savant when it comes to music, anything. He knows more about music than I think anyone I've ever met in my life. He has a great ear. He plays music that you might never expect from all kinds of different genres. He knows everybody in the business. He knows who everyone's related with, who they're sleeping with, who they were married to. It's amazing what the guy knows. And he does a remarkable radio show. And he also does a great roundup of music that's happening around town. Every Friday. He goes through a real long list of stuff. I try to do a little bit of a wrap up here with Kurt and I sometimes. But I'm telling you, Kevin really, if we could do it like Kevin, I would be impressed because he really is. He's amazing. So anyway, so KOPN, it's special. There's a lot of great shows here, and that's just one example. So we sure appreciate your support, and we do need it. That's how we've been around here for such a long time, and that's how we're going to stick around. Okay, 874-5676, 874-KOPN, and once again, you can donate online at kopn.org, and you can come down here and visit us, 401 Bernadette Drive, just across from Westlake Hardware, west side of Columbia. Really, actually, a nice, convenient new location.
It is.
We got a brand new board, new microphones, new speakers. I mean, we've really upgraded, but we got to pay for all this stuff. So,
And if you call in to donate, you actually will get a live operator on the phone today.
yeah, we actually have people standing by. We always say that we do, but now we actually do.
The lines are
They're
open.
not just cardboard cutouts.
The
Okay.
operators are standing by.
Okay, give me your love.
Give me your love. Give me your love. Give me your love. Give me your love. Yeah, I love some Curtis Mayfield, right?
All right, that's what we're going to play. Bad Names. Give me your love. Back in a few minutes. Open Mic Radio, KOPN Columbia. Call, donate your money. There you go. I just talk about how great we are here at KOPN. what great radio we do, and I play the wrong song.
Oh, I thought you meant like talk
that's just a little teaser. A little teaser for Love Seats coming up.
You got to give them a taste
bit.
of the love seat.
That's right. Anyway, I want to play Take a Look, right?
Yeah, take a look. Take a look.
All
Right now.
Okay, once again, new stuff.
Take a look
from
at Bad Names.
Take a
Bad
look at
Names.
Take a look at Bad
And
Names.
stick around for Love Seats and Estrella. They're with us as well. So we'll be back with you in a few minutes. Open Mic Radio, KOPN Columbia.
Take a look, take a good look, take a good look right now, right now. Take a look, take a good look, take a good look right now. Take a look, take a good look, take a good look right now, right now.
Wow. Yeah. Holy cow. People liking that stuff, Ben.
Well, we really enjoy playing it for everybody, and I mean it's just kind of where our hearts have been, you know.
You record that.
We recorded that at Pete Skolka's studio, and he mixed it for us. He doesn't do mastering, so we had it mastered elsewhere, but he is a musical genius, and I'm proud to say that he is a friend of mine.
Very good. Okay. Well, I love it. Let's talk off the air, and we'll figure out a time when you guys come down here, and we'll do a live show here in the
We
station.
are so ready to play live in studio at KOPN.
You got it, man. All right. Thanks again very much for coming down. Okay.
Cheers.
Stick around. Feel free to hang. Okay.
Absolutely.
But maybe you can give up a seat for Miss Kenzie here. Huh?
100%.
Okay. Cool. All right. Ben Hinkmine, and check out Bad Names. And what do you guys, Ben? One more time. What are you guys playing at Earth Day?
We're playing around 3:00 on Earth Day.
And that's on Sunday.
Sunday.
Because I think there's some Saturday shows as well.
It's going to be a party.
Estrella's playing on
Estrella
Saturday.
Saturday at
Yeah, we're
11 in the
playing Saturday to
morning.
kick off the whole show.
Right on,
Yeah.
man. All right.
Excited.
Get that early buzz going.
Where's Luke and Emmett?
Boys.
Good time.
Lucas.
Okay, so I should mention you're listening to Open Mic Radio on KOPN Columbia, 89.5
Wanna share
FM.
my
It's a
opinion?
pledge drive weekend, 874-5676. Please give us a call and help out. Donate a little bit of your hard-earned cash to keep this radio station functioning, okay, and keep Open Mic Radio on the air. You can donate securely online as well at kopn.org, but honestly, give us a call at 874-5676. Sure appreciate that. And if you're in the neck of the woods, stop on down and say hi, all right? We'd love it, honestly. We got a whole gang here anyway, and more the merrier, right? I meant to say thanks to Peter Rabbit, grooving on the one mic since 2 o'clock. Before that was Morgan and Motherland Jam from noon until 2 Saturdays. Incredible music from across the continent of Africa. Morgan does it and like nobody else, all right? We're here 4 to 6. What do we got? Oh, my love's in the house. Debbie's here. 6 to 8 p.m. Rosh Shumba. It's a reggae party from 6 to 8. And it's a party in yo. Yes. A reggae party, 6 to 8 p.m. every Saturday afternoon with Rosh Shumba. And stick around 8 to 11 with Blues on Broadway with Chris. Awesome stuff. Saturdays and throughout the week here on KOPN. So I appreciate you with us here. And once again, we're raising money this afternoon. So please call us, 874-5676. I know, we got all kinds of people here now. I know. I love it. I love it. That's the way we're supposed to do it. It's community radio, right? Okay, so Zach Skinner.
Hello.
Hi, Zach. How are you, my friend?
Good. How are you guys?
We're good, and appreciate you coming down. And for people unfamiliar, Zach is sort of the brains behind a band called Love Seats, a little bit central Missouri. I guess you guys are Jeff City, we'll call it.
Yeah, Jeff City.
Yeah, but we visited in the studio, and you guys had a great live performance here.
Oh, so much fun.
A couple months ago, and I'm glad we were able to stay in touch. And we've got an event coming tomorrow that I'd like to talk about really quickly.
The Grassroots Cup.
Yeah, the Cannabis Cup, Grassroots, Heady Olympics, all tomorrow afternoon from noon until 7 o'clock. You guys are playing at 3.
Yes, sir.
And
Ruby Lane at 5.
And Ruby Lane at 5. It is gonna be an awesome afternoon, evening of music, and there's also going to be a bunch of party favors, I guess is a good way to put it. That whole scene is going to be a lot of fun, I think, and I sure appreciate you being a part of that. So yeah,
Well, thanks for having me.
yeah, man, it's going to be awesome. So we for people who didn't hear the show when you were with us a little while back, tell people a little bit about you and Love Seats.
Love Seats is a three-piece, usually a three-piece band. We just added another rhythm guitar player. He's gonna more so sit on the armrest of the Love Seat this way, kind of fill in when he can and work on that. His name is Ryan Grosvenor of Russ's Satellites fame and the Como-based band Telepathy Club.
Yeah. How'd you guys hook up?
We've been friends for a while. Actually, one of the first musicians I met in Jefferson City when I moved here in 2010. 16, and started jamming with him and stuff. And he kind of hit me up recently, and I had been, toggling with the idea of having a rhythm guitar player live. I love the 3-piece vibe, but that rhythm guitar player really does help out when I go into leads and
For
stuff
sure,
like that.
yeah.
So.
Just fills up some of those spaces.
Absolutely, it makes
Yeah.
keeps your sound full. He keeps those dynamics where you want them. So
Great.
He's
Yeah,
been awesome at that. Really genius in the sense of like where to play, where to not play, not to be all over the place, and not to be too prevalent, and not to be too quiet. He's amazing at that, and the parts that he writes really complement everything pretty awesomely. So
Good.
really stoked with that. We're going to bring him out with us.
Will he be playing tomorrow?
Yep, tomorrow he's going to be with us. We have it'll be the first four-piece iteration of Love Seats in a while. So.
All right, fantastic.
All right, nice.
All right, I'm looking forward to it. Let's play a song. I got a couple here. You prefer? I was going to play "Give Me Your Love." In fact, we started. We might as well finish it.
You
huh?
might as well. You gave him the teaser,
Okay, we'll do that, and we'll come back and play another one from Love Seats, and then we've got the entire band of Estrella here, actually. Of course, the irony is that we're not doing any live performances this afternoon, but I do have a couple songs that they performed when 3 of the 4 of them were here just a few months back. So
Sweet.
Anyway, stick around for that. Estrella is with us, and I've got a song from Luna Hawk that I'm going to play a little bit later. We're going to talk with Kurt Kitson, my compadre here, kind Kurt. Memphis Chris told me that he would increase his pledge if I spoke with Kurt on air a little bit about some of his experiences in the 90s. For those who are unfamiliar with Kurt, Kurt used to hang out with Blind Melon, was very close friends with Shannon Hoon, actually. Brings a tear to my eye almost, and I'm not kidding when I talk about it. But anyway, Meat Puppets, Built to Spill, Stone Temple Pilots. He toured with all those guys. He had a band called Holy Frog that was fantastic in the early 2000s. And anyway, was close friends with a lot of those guys, and still, a lot of them are still alive. A lot of them aren't, unfortunately. But anyway, so we're going to do that. We'll talk with Kurt. All right, we'll talk with you a little bit about that stuff. All right, and yeah.
But call in the meantime.
Yes, please. 874-5676. All right, we need your support. We've had it for years. Please don't fail us now, and keep.
Call
And stick around to hear Chris.
Yeah,
up his ante.
and it's for open mic radio.
we hit
You know,
200.
hey, we hit our $200 mark. All
Pie in the
right.
face.
Oh my God, that was so bad. I just did that. So yes, the pie is coming now. If we can double our $200, then I can get I'll get the pie back in my own face, and I deserve it. Trust me. Okay, so let's play "Give Me Your Love" once again. Love Seats, Open Mic Radio, KOPN Columbia.
I've been waiting so long for you to give me your love. 'Cause life's too short and I can't get enough.
Oh, yeah. Cool one there from Love Seats. We're going to hear another one from them in just a few minutes here. But, yeah, you can check out Love Seats tomorrow. They'll be playing at the Mid-Missouri Cannabis Cup down there at Grassroots. It's on 10th, right across from Cafe Berlin by the fire station there. Clicks, the little drunk club next door there.
Are they still going to do it outside, or?
Well, I guess we'll have to see. I know they're going to have a bunch of time. I know they're going to have it closed off outside because it's going to be windy.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out, but we can move it inside if we have to. I mean,
Right.
I think that we'll end up doing that. We'll see.
No matter the weather, we'll make it happen.
We're going to make it happen one way or the other. So, all right. So, yeah, Love Seats. They'll be playing tomorrow along with Ruby Lane at Clicks. Once again, that's just on South 10th Street. Actually, it's North 10th Street. It's a couple blocks north of Broadway on Ash. Right there about the corner, Ash and 10th. So anyway, yeah, 4-piece going to be playing tomorrow.
Yeah,
Love
yeah.
Seats. Awesome. I'm looking forward to seeing it. And yeah, we'll talk off the air, but that's going to be a blast. We'll meet early and get things set up. And,
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's going to be a long day, though, I have to tell you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good 8 hours at least.
Yeah. All right. Let's play one more from Love Seats, and we'll come back and we'll chat with Estrella.
Can we hear Blue Reed?
Blue Reed.
Yeah.
That's the one I had on my list, actually. Okay.
Sweet.
A little bit about song, maybe. It's kind of a play on Lou Reed, of course. But
Absolutely. It's for me that was it was kind of just like a placeholder song, and it's kind of become our cult favorite.
isn't that funny? You usually don't play on the one that gets popular.
Right, and we get a lot of feedback from that song, positive feedback from that song. So I've come to I'm starting to love that song again. So I personally just wanted to hear it.
Well, that's what we're going to do then. This is Blue Reed. You can hear it tomorrow afternoon, sometime after 3 o'clock at the Cannabis Festival down there at Clicks. Once again, Love Seats. Zach, appreciate you coming down, dude.
Thank you.
Open Mic Radio, KOPN Columbia. Call us, 874-5676. We're raising money for this station and for this radio program. We need your help. Please join us, 874-5676.
Feeling so hip all by myself, 'cause when the dope's all gone, so is everyone else. But when I get it, I'm rushing on my run. You know I feel just like Lou Reed's son. All dressed up with no place to go, sick of getting high and feeling so low. But my headache's gone and my mind is right. Get my best shoes on while my soul takes flight. Looking so hip all by myself, 'cause when the dope's all gone, so is everyone else. But when I get it, I'm rushing on my run. You know I feel just like Lou Reed's son. All dressed up with no place to go, sick of getting high and feeling so low. But my headache's gone and my mind is right. Get my best shoes on while my soul takes flight.
All right, that's awesome stuff from Love Seeds. You can
Thank
check
you,
them-
thank you.
I love it, Zach. Yeah, really cool stuff, and you can check that out tomorrow. Once again, the Midmo Cannabis Festival, Heady Olympics. They're calling it a bunch of different things, but anyway, that's happening tomorrow from noon until 7 down at 10th and Ash, and that's a benefit for Rainbow House. By the way, I keep forgetting to say that. It's probably one of the most important things about it, but it's a benefit for Rainbow House, which, if you're not familiar, Rainbow House is a shelter for children and abused moms, and they do extremely good and important work there.
All the proceeds go there.
All the proceeds will go to Rainbow House. So that's the kind of stuff that we do, though. Here, we're doing good stuff. We're trying to, at least. So please try to pay it forward a little bit so we can keep doing it. All right, 874-5676 if you want to help us out. And try to keep KOPN rocking and rolling for another 50 years. We've been doing it for a long time, and we've done it with your help, and we need to keep that going. Okay, so once again,
radio.
it is, man. It's real radio, and there's no commercial stuff going on here. You're not going to hear anybody trying to sell My Pillow or any other crap like that, or I mean, trust me, I'm a radio head, and I've listened to a lot of radio my whole life, and I love radio, but it's a wasteland out there on the dial. So there's
Teenage wasteland.
This is really one of the last real radio stations, and it's an amazing art because it's not just a machine curating playlists. It's actually a real person coming up with a show idea and executing that show on a weekly basis.
Boom.
So you really need to like understand the it's not like it's a YouTube show where you have an audience that you know is going to come. Like with radio, you have to be a part of it on more than just a listening level too, and that's where these drives like this come in, and
yeah,
be a
man.
part,
I need to get you more
help out a little
involved.
bit.
We need to get Zach more involved at the station here. We need to have him start doing some more
Absolutely, I'd
promotion.
love to.
I mean it. I mean, I would love it if you would get more involved in the station here, and more involved with this show. I love your music, and you're a talented young guy. So, anyway, thank you. All right.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, and I
Thank you
look
so
forward to
much.
seeing you tomorrow. We'll talk off the air, okay?
Tomorrow's going to be great.
It's going to be great. I can't wait.
3 o'clock.
And feel free to hang around.
Oh, absolutely.
Right? And you should be talking with Adam because you guys are going to be jamming together tomorrow.
Yeah.
But you're
Okay.
hitting the stage at 3, right?
Yep, we're hitting the stage at 3, and then Ruby Lane at 5. So
Yep. Okay.
It's not just a come and leave; it's an all-day event.
It's gonna be awesome, and it's a free event. Okay, it's a free event.
Hello.
It's a free event, and all the proceeds, because there are contests and all kinds of stuff going on there, the proceeds will go to Rainbow House. Okay, all right. KOPN is a proud media sponsor of the 2023 Unbound Book Festival. On Sunday, April 23rd, Unbound will hold Write On, a series of workshops for writers. Write On offers an array of sessions covering many different aspects of writing in a variety of genres, including poetry and playwriting. Registration is open now at unboundbookfestival.com. Everything I read now and everything I think of, I always apply it in the realm of Chat GTP, and I'm like, wow, Unbound Book Festival. Now just go write your own book. Just tell the chat man to go write one for you. Anyway, okay, so Unbound Book Festival coming up a week from Sunday. Okay, Estrella. Hi, y'all.
Hello.
What's up?
Sorry for the long wait.
Hey, no problem.
Appreciate you all being here.
Good to be here.
So last time you were here, we were missing Emmett.
Yes.
We had Ken's Luke and Tilda, and played actually some really cool stuff right here in the studio. It was sort of an unplugged version of your band, and you don't do that often. I don't think. Or
We do it kind of
or is that?
Yeah, we've been doing it. We've been doing it.
That's
a
my
lot
son
more.
calling me. I'm
Answer the
like,
phone.
don't you know I'm working?
Answer the phone. I'll answer it for you.
I should give it to you. If he calls one more time, I'm
Once
giving
you
it to
answer,
you.
You should call into the show.
If he were paying attention, he would be. So he's he got his own thing going. All right. So yes. Anyway, we were saying.
So we've been doing it pretty often just because the colder weather, but we're definitely kicking it back into doing electric stuff. And now that we have Emmett back, our main focus is electric stuff just to showcase his drumming.
Get those drums going again.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So what have you been up to for? Let's see. It's been 6 months or so, probably since I've seen you.
Really? Jeez.
Yeah. I mean, it's close to that for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, we got interviewed, and they wrote a story about us in Vox.
Hey, right on.
That was a thing. And we've got some upcoming shows. We have 2 upcoming shows at Rose. One is June 3rd. We're playing Compass Fest, and we're playing from 1:35 to 2:05 on the Rose Park stage.
That's
and
awesome.
More
that
recent,
stage is so sweet.
I know, it's our first time
know,
playing at Rose Park. I'm
It's
so
so much
excited.
bigger than Rose inside. I feel like I'm gonna be like running laps.
And the Rose historically, although they've done a lot better job with sound inside than it used to be. Rose used to be historically really bad sound inside. We used to call it Mojos. Actually, back in the day, it was called Mojos, and there was actually a thing that they called the Mojos hum, and it didn't matter when you went. It was like in the background. Yeah, it didn't matter what band was on. It was on all the time, man. It was so bad, right?
It's probably one of my favorite places to play. It always sounds really good.
But now, Dylan worked there for a while. Actually, Dylan McCord, who is a sound genius and worked at the Blue Note and Rose for years. He got those guys set up, and then he went off on his way or whatever. But
I think during the pandemic, he concentrated on helping make that a better sounding venue, and he really did a good job. Actually, it's
yeah. So
inside and out.
yeah, so in and out, but the outside stage is really really cool. So all right, so when is that, Kens?
That's going to be June 3rd, and we're playing with a lot of other artists, so super exciting. But more recent shows, we're going to be playing at the Party for the Planet on April 22nd.
Yeah, next Saturday.
Yeah, next Saturday. We're playing at the Sub Shop stage. We're kicking off the whole show at 11 o'clock in the morning, so be there. We might bring out some of our merch at that show or our next show, which is April 25th. Darkroom Showcase. We're gonna have a lot of stuff.
Let me tell people about that. Actually,
Yes.
Actually, first I have to thank Debbie for her pledge. Thank you, Debbie. Appreciate that. And anybody else who has donated this afternoon, thank you. We've got 30 minutes left, and I need to raise at least another $150. So please, 573-874-5676. We need to get that moving. Come on, help us out. All right, give us your money. All right, Darkroom Records. So the 6th annual artist showcase for Darkroom.
Yep.
And a shout out to David Auger.
Yeah, we love you.
Yeah,
we love you, Auger.
He's been doing it for a long time, and honestly, when Ben was in here a little bit earlier, we were talking about this old place that was called the Blue Fugue. It was when you guys were a lot younger, and it was a real place where young people could go without a lot of fear of being ridiculed or whatever, and perform whatever they wanted to do. And the place sort of disappeared around 2012 or so, and it really kind of it took a while for it to lose it, but it was really at its height around 07, 08. Darkroom is a similar thing for this sort of next generation of musicians, because I feel like there are so many young musicians that I meet that come through this radio show that are in some way, shape, or form have been associated with Darkroom. Maybe you could just chat a little bit about your own experience with that project.
I mean, our first recorded song that is not released yet.
This is Matilda, by the way.
Oh, hello.
Hi.
Which will hopefully be released sometime. Was recorded at Darkroom, and we also went to Battle's Darkroom, which was also a great experience. We're still working on figuring out the mixing for those songs, but those have been in the works for a second now. And the people we're playing with on the 25th, it's Alina Simmons, who is a sophomore at Hickman. Bathtub Lunchable from Battle.
Jinx.
Yeah. Estrella, us, and Drona from
I love
Hickman.
it. Yeah. Okay, so that is April 25th, Rose Music Hall. Doors at 6, shows around 6:30. Yeah, the Darkroom Records 6th annual artist showcase. That's going to be fantastic. It's a fair price to pay as well. Just a $6 show if you buy the ticket in advance.
It goes up $1 every year. This is the 6th one.
You know what? That's better than the gasoline price.
And it's like a nonprofit.
There's inflation everywhere, even for Darkroom tickets.
It's a nonprofit organization too, so it's kind of give your money for a good cause.
Yeah,
like,
and it is. And KOPN, same thing. Nonprofit here. 501c3 if you want to get legal.
You need to get Mike pied, please.
That's right. Now I got people rooting for me to get pied. That's
Pie
fantastic.
Mike.
Pie Mike. Pie Mike.
573-874-5676. All right, give us a call. And let's play one from Estrella. So I recorded a few songs. Actually, we recorded the whole show when you were here. Again, it was a few months back. And I don't know the title of the song, but it was the first one that you played at the beginning of the show. And okay, I won't. You didn't.
I have no idea.
I don't remember. I'm
but
thinking it'll probably be boys.
No.
Although I do have Boys Will Be Boys. I'm going to play that. I'm going to play that too, but I'm not going to play that yet. I'm going to play this other one first.
I wonder if you have anatomical. Do you think you have anatomical?
So here, I'm going to start it, and you tell me which one it is.
No, skip this. Skip this. What you guys? You have 3 recordings, right?
Yep. Okay. So that one's out. So we got Boys Will Be Boys, and then this next
the
one.
Mystery.
This is but we're gonna have to hear this one. Let's see what this one is.
Oh.
Yep, we're doing it.
All right, just keep going.
December 20th.
Keep going.
Estrella. This is recorded a few months ago on Open Mic Radio, KOPN Columbia. Call us 874-5676. Donate now.
Was it raining? Was it snowing? Who could tell? I waited for my drink. I waited to hear that bell. To my surprise, I see you walk through the door in your color block sweater, a sight I still adore. Played a game, just me and you. Hands intertwined, fingers tangled in 1 and 2. Strums of guitar filled the dim and empty room. Artist after artist knew that it was my turn soon. There I go up on the stage. You're looking up at me. I take a breath and start to play. And then I start singing. Build me up, buttercup, won't you? Keep me warm through this cold and dreary winter. Hope you stick around, won't you? Wait a while, then we'll see. You wonder why to this day, why I love that coffee place off of Walnut or and 10. We turned nothing into something, now we're still counting. Who would have known that things would end up like this? There I go up on the stage, looking up at me. I take a breath, start to play, then I start singing. Build me up, buttercup, won't you? Keep me warm through this cold and dreary winter. Hope you stick around, won't you? Wait a while and we'll make it through December.
Yeah, all right. Awesome stuff. That was Estrella, recorded live in the studio here a few months back. And we had Luke and Kenzie and Tilda were here. Emmett wasn't with us that afternoon. We've got all four of them here this lovely Saturday afternoon today. What's happening out there? Is it storming yet, or is it cool?
It's very windy.
Your tree is about
I heard
to,
that it's going to be like the storm will be over by the time that open mic radio is over.
Hey, that's right. That's right. The storm is over once the show ends. That's about right.
We're the storm.
All right. So, okay. So I want to play one more. And Boys Will Be Boys, it's called. And it's short and sweet and clever.
It's one of my favorite songs we've ever written.
Okay, so for those unfamiliar, a little bit about it. Or is it just self-explanatory?
It's very, I mean, if you listen to the lyrics, it's real self-explanatory. It's one of the first songs that we wrote like all together as a band, and it's the first song that like clicked like immediately.
And this is one that you guys still perform?
Yeah. Yeah,
right.
it's a crowd favorite. It's very self-explanatory.
Okay. All right. Once again, your next show, Ken's, when are you playing again?
Our next show is going to be April 22nd at the Sub Shop stage for Party for the Planet at 11 a.m.
All right, next Saturday. Kicking things off with Estrella at the Sub Shop stage. That's next Saturday, Earth Day Festival. And check them out. They're fantastic. All right. Here's another one. Once again, recorded live in the studio here just a few months back. This is Estrella with Boys Will Be Boys.
Couldn't understand the concept, didn't know what you were doing. Who were you? Was my body yours now? I still think about that feeling. Boys will be boys, they say, get away with anything they want. I've made it clear I don't want to play, and you still see me as a game. I am an object, objectify me, tear me apart and label my body. Shoulders showing, is it distracting? Wouldn't want to be too tempting. Do you think I'm liquid smooth now? I'll fall victim to your touch. Now you're begging for my attention, but still treat me like your dog on your leash and not obeying. How upset does that make you? I think 6 feet great for us, and I know you're taking me with you. I am an object, objectify me, tear me apart and label my body. Jeans too tight, is it distracting? Wouldn't want to be too tempting. You make me sick. Oh, you make me sick. Did you ever think to ask? Did it ever cross your mind? You make me sick, so sick. Objectify me, tear me apart and label my body. Skirt too short, is it distracting? Wouldn't want to be too tempting. I am not a distraction. I am not a distraction. I am not a distraction. We are not distractions.
Wow, that was quick. You aren't kidding.
It was a quick one.
All right, that is Estrella. Once again, catch them next Saturday at the Earth Day Festival. And again, the Darkroom Records annual showcase, that's happening April 25th at Rose. All right, it's Open Mic Radio, KOPN Columbia, 89.5 FM. I'm going to play one here from Luna Hawk. Luna's going to be performing next week as well at the Earth Day Festival. You can also catch her on Fem FM weekdays here on KOPN. I forget exactly what night that program is. It's probably the most cleverly named show I think that we have. But anyway, check out Luna on Fem FM. And she also does Sunday Morning Coffee House from time to time. And she's a performer as well. So here's one from Luna Hawk. And we'll be back in a few minutes with Kind Kurt. We'll talk a little bit about 90s music and some of the stuff that he was involved with back then. And once again, please give us a call. We're running out of time here, 874-5676.
Donate now.
Put a smile on Luke Sabbath's face. and put a pie in mine.
Even you can still donate after we're off the air.
That's right. Yeah.
But
yeah.
to get the extra pie,
You
they
have
need
to
to do it right now.
Right, and you have to say that you're donating with this particular show as your sort of beneficiary. So
The money goes straight
all
into
right,
the pie. We're
here we
gonna
go.
get a really
This is
nice
called
Dose pies.
This is called World Woman, and I'm sorry, it's not. I'm not sure what the name of it is, but it's by Luna Hawk. Check this out. She'll be playing next week. It's KOPN Columbia 89.5 FM, Open Mic Radio.
We wish to see in the world, and that's what this Earth Day Festival is all about, taking care of the earth and each other. And we all do better when we all do better. And that's just a fact. So we just all got to do better for each other. And this is a song that is in that kind of vein. It's called Rise, Goddess, Rise. lives now and wait for the right day of truth, of moral decency. Rise, goddess, rise.
All right, there's one from Luna Hawk. You can catch her next weekend as well at the Earth Day Festival. I'm not sure if Luna's playing on Saturday or Sunday. I think she's playing on Sunday, but just check out the schedule. Lots of great music next weekend. We had a bunch of it here this afternoon, sort of promoting and showcasing a little bit of what you'll hear next week at the Earth Day Festival. Okay. Also at the Cannabis Festival tomorrow over there at Grassroots. That's going to be an awesome time and a great bunch of music with Love Seats and with Ruby Lane.
Yeah.
So, Kurt,
3 o'clock, 5 o'clock.
3 o'clock for Love
shows,
Seats, 5 o'clock for.
But it starts at
Ruby
what,
Lane.
like noon, right?
I think it starts at noon.
Noon?
Music starts at 3. So,
Fun.
bye, Tilda. Bye. Great to see you. Bye.
Waltzing
Bye. See you, Kenzie.
Matilda, waltzing Matilda.
Okay, so had a pleasure this afternoon. Glad we had a chance to visit with a bunch of different bands, and now we're going to shift gears. You know, this KOPN fund drive. We're calling it. There's a time capsule sort of theme to this, and on Thursday we started with the decade of the 70s, and on Friday we were talking 80s, and today's Saturday and we're kind of focusing on the 90s. And I really didn't have much because I do a live music show here, so I didn't have much for the 90s. But then of course Memphis Chris brought it to my attention that we do have a whole bunch of cool stuff to talk about with regard to music in the 90s, because my friend Kurt Kitson, who we call Kind Kurt here on the air, spent a lot of time with some of our favorite bands from the 90s, including Blind Melon and Stone Temple Pilots and Built to Spill and Meat Puppets. And I think Kurt sort of takes it for granted that he was hanging around with those people.
I was very fortunate.
Because like me and Chris are like, oh my God.
I was like,
But
good times.
We don't have a whole lot of time, but quickly, how did you even get in that scene to begin with?
I was living in Kansas City in the 80s, and Westport had a really nice live music scene. There was like the Hurricane and Davies Uptown, and which I think unfortunately has burned down since. And
Davies burned down, no longer Uptown. It's burned down.
But it was there was a very vibrant live scene there. I was only 18, and I had a couple buddies. I was starting to learn guitar, and a couple of my buddies and I would go to the record shop, and we'd play some tunes, and we were into bands from SST, the SST record label, and then like Sub Pop.
Right, sure.
So,
that was like, Nirvana's record label,
yeah, it's
right?
like Black Flag and the Meat Puppets and
Black Flag.
Yeah, and Husker Du,
Sure,
and Nirvana,
sure.
and a bunch of those bands. Anyway, so those guys would come into town, and we were also really close to the Bottleneck in Lawrence.
Right.
So that those groups would usually hit those cities. And we were always looking to get in the show, so we figured out a long time ago that it was good to show up around noon that's back when all those bands were driving in vans.
Sure.
And they loaded in and out themselves, unless you had a couple of people like me and my friends that would show up and be like, "Hey, man, you
need
want
a
some
hand?"
help?" Yeah, and we get out to like lay us little like flyer.
One of the classic ways, right, to sidestep into a band's
the music like magazines that were back in those
equipment.
days that they had, or whatever, and they'd be in there or whatever, and we'd be like, "Oh man, we've been listening to your stuff at the shop or whatever, man. What can we do?" So we'd help them load in. And of course, we're underage, But when we would show back up for the show, everybody that worked at that venue would think that we were part of we belonged there, because they'd seen us coming in and out all afternoon.
Right.
Okay, and we'd put those bands up too. We'd put them up at our show.
Right. Right.
If they didn't have to get a motel room, they were glad to have a.
Sure, everybody was glad to have a place to stay.
We put them in our beds and we'd take the floor. You know.
Okay, so.
So that's how I met a bunch of those guys.
Right.
Early on, like the Flaming Lips and the Meat Puppets and Minutemen. And that was before, unfortunately, D. Boone passed.
Before he died.
And then that went on to become Fire Hose. with Ed from Ohio, another great band, another great three-piece, by the way.
Ed from
With Mike
Ohio.
White. Yeah, check them out.
Yeah, classic three-piece.
Yeah. So anyway, that's how that developed. And then as they, as they would go through, we'd actually Greg Ginn would call up once in a while. He was in Black Flag. He was like the head of the SST label. And he would actually call up and be like, hey man, we got some guys touring around, wondering if they basically could crash on our floor. And if we'd help them load in and out. And then when we would go into the show, we could stay backstage. And they on the rider, they all had a barrel full of beer on ice.
Right.
And so everybody, nobody questioned anything. We just come and go as we pleased.
Well,
We're all became friends.
Yeah.
We're good friends, real close. Yeah.
Amazing. Well, and a
So
lot of
that's
those,
how that all began.
Well, and I'm not going to give away too much, but you and I have had some conversations off the air about sort of rebuilding some of those friendships and sort of bringing some stuff back.
Yeah.
From that era, maybe in a videographical type of way, perhaps. Maybe.
Well, because I ended up going out and
You've
then
got
I ended up actually starting. I went out and started documenting.
So
a
you've
lot
got
of those
you've got a
shows
bunch
from
of
the 80s
video
all
and
through the 90s, and then
Right.
that's actually how I ended up kind of tagging along,
Right.
and taking a lot of video of all those bands.
Right. Well, we're gonna continue this conversation, and there's a lot of really cool stuff that's still coming our way. I got a feeling from you and your connections, and we're gonna work on that in the future. I wish we had a little bit more time. We don't. I want to say
But
thank
that
you.
was time enough to get Chris to bump up the donation.
Okay, that was enough. Yeah,
Yep.
and
get other people to
everyone
call in,
else
right?
out there. Thank you. Please give us a call. We've got a few more minutes. 573-874-5676. Donate and help keep Open Mic Radio and KOPN on the air and strong and thriving, and
Support your local music.
really
scene.
support us and support these local musicians. All right. I mean, these are young, up and coming musicians. Most of them that I have on this program, and it's about their music and about their art and their opportunity to share it with other people. And there are very few other radio stations around. I don't know any in this town that has that present live music like I do, and interviews with these young, extraordinarily talented bands. So please consider that, and consider a donation to KOPN. All right,
That's where your artificial intelligence has paid off for everyone.
874-5676. All right, help me improve my artificial intelligence. I'll upgrade my memory systems. Okay, and anyway, Kurt, I will say thank you very much. All right, and. You've been listening to Open Mic Radio on KOPN Columbia. Coming up, I'm gone next week. My girlfriend Debbie's son is getting married in Colorado. I'm looking forward to a little vacation. Lemon Settlement on the 29th of April. That's John Lamb, our buddy John Lamb and his band performing
I saw him
live.
last night.
I can't
ran
wait.
into him last
They're
night.
really
Yeah,
good.
he's
They're
doing
really,
it.
really good. So Lemon Settlement in 2 weeks. Backwater, I mentioned them a little bit earlier. That's John Schneller's most recent project with Rob Lampy and. I think Pete Skolka is in that project as well. I think. Don't quote me. But anyway, David Wax Museum coming up soon. Naked Basement. Rachel Kelly's latest project called Leica. Clayton Hickland. Second Circle Band. I always say Ray and Chaz because we know they'll be here at some point. Anyway, Nick Parr. Nick Danger, Bannister Tarleton. We got a bunch of great stuff coming, all right? The Brink will be back sometime soon, and you never know who else might just drop in, all right? My email address is mikehagan@mikehagan.com. The website is mikehagan.com. Get the podcast, all right? It's fun, and you won't miss any of these shows. Send me music if you'd like to appear on the program. And that's it, all right? You've been listening to Open Mic Radio right here, KOPN Columbia. Thanks for all the donations if you did. If you didn't, please do.
Thanks for tuning in, folks.
I hope you all enjoy the rest of the weekend. Be cool to yourself, be cool to other people, and stick around for Rosh Shumba and a reggae party, all right? We'll catch y'all next week. Kurt, your turn.
my